What is up, guys? So today we have my round 3 tournament battle, and this was against Tyson, so we're just going to jump right into it. And so he's going to lead off with a Gabite, and I'm going to lead off with my Dusclops. So this is my hyper bulky trick room sort of team, and so far it's worked pretty well, and I'm in round 4 right now. So he's going to go for the Toxic right here, and I'm going to go for the Will-O-Wisp. And I'm guessing he's just like a bulky physical attacker, a physical wall with that Eviolite, so it should be pretty good matchup here. And he goes for the Earthquake, and that's after the burn. That's going to do absolutely nothing to me, and this gives me the ability to set up trick rooms. So now my Dusclops has pretty much done all that he can to this thing, so I'm going to swap out here and I'm going to go into my Vileplume, my physical wall, and he's going to pull a double switch on me and go into his Audino. So these are both of our clerics here, and I go for the aromatherapy so I can get rid of the toxic on my Dusclops, and he's going to go for the heal bell, which is going to get rid of that burn on his Gabite. So but here we just both decided cleric, and now I go on the offensive, seeing how much damage it would do with a sludge bomb, and I'm just guessing by that amount that he's probably a special wall, because most every Audino is special defensive. So now here he sets up Wish and swaps into his Behemoth, and I go for the Sludge Bomb. I don't get the poison or anything, and he gets all its HP back with that Wish. So the trick room ends, and now I do not want to stay in on a Behemoth, but he predicts my swap and goes for the Thunderbolt, which was a good move there. And now he goes for the Psychic, showing that he's not choice Specs, which is a good thing to know. And now I'm able to get a Roost off, which was good for me. So now he just goes straight for another Thunderbolt, and I go for the Yawn here, which allows, as you see, he swaps out here, and that shows me that he's pretty timid getting put to sleep, so I should be able to use that to my advantage. Now he goes to Simipour here, and I see he puts up sub, so I know he's probably going to be sub Nasty Plot and 2 other moves. So, but anyways, I just put the Trick Room here because Dusclops can take pretty much any hit. And now I'm going to swap into Maybelline here, as I predict the Simipour to go for a Nasty Plot, which it does, which is kind of bad for me, but also good, because now I got this free swap in. So I'm just going to go for the Choice Specs Volt Switch, which is going to easily knock out that substitute. And now I'm going to swap into Vileplume, because I predict the Water move coming out, and that does a ton of damage to me. Like, holy crap, that did so much, plus 2 Hydro Pump. But for whatever reason, he decides to swap out here and go into Audino, which was a little silly to me. He could have definitely gone for the Ice Beam or even another Hydro Pump and taken me out. So I'm not quite sure why he did that, but maybe he was expecting a swap. So anyways, I can't really do too much to this Audino. It's going to be quite a problem because I can't put statuses on things. So here I just go into my Paratroop and take it as a time to be able to put a Roost up so I can get all my health back. And now the Trick Room wears off again, and he goes for the Double Edge, which I've never seen an Audino use Double Edge before, so that was kind of interesting. He's got some really neat sets on here. So anyways, now he's going to swap out because I put the Yawn on him, which is going to allow me to put up a Roost. Oh no, I actually pulled the double switch on him and go into Sand Slash, which I predicted I incorrectly predicted there, so I had to swap right out into Dusclops because Sand Slash cannot take a special attack worth shit, but Dusclops definitely can. So now he's going to swap out here right in that Audino, as I go for the Pain Split here, which is going to get me all the way back to full, which was amazing. It just shows you how much HP Audino has, because I got me up to full without doing much of anything to him. So anyways, he's just going to put up another Wish here, and I went for the Will-O-Wisp here, so maybe I could just burn a turn. I could be able to get a free swap him or something when he wants to try and heal bell that off. But anyways, now he's going to withdraw and go into something to get the Wish onto, and he goes into his Swellow here, which I thought was, I don't know, was interesting. But anyway, I go for the Curse here, and that's going to start doing some damage to that Swellow. And do know obviously it's going to be the Guts variant, and I don't have anything good to swap into a Brave Bird, so I'm just going to have to take that and die. So he gets first blood here after a really long time, and so down goes my Dusclops, but as you'll see, it's not a huge factor. So that Curse is going to do a ton of damage after the everything, so that Swallow won't be able to take another hit. And I go into my Sand Slash here because I know I can live a hit, because Sand Slash is super bulky and pretty strong because it's adamant max attack. So I go for the Earthquake here, predicting him to swap out into something, and that does a ton of damage on the Gabite, and he goes for an Earthquake, but I tank that out because Sandjobs is an absolute beast, and he kills him with another Earthquake, so I'm finally able to take something down. Now, the good thing is, now that that Gabite's gone, I can freely go in with anything and start hitting stuff with a Choice Specs Thunderbolt with my Ampharos. So anyways, he goes for the Ice Beam here, and I didn't really want to swap anything into that, so I had to let my Sandjobs die. But now I can go into my Maybelline and start fucking shit up. So now he swaps into Audino, and not even an Audino can take a Choice Specs Thunderbolt that well, because Ampharos is just such an absolute monster. Holy crap, that did well over half, and with the burn and the recoil, I'm easily going to be able to take him out here. The only reason he didn't swap out is because he probably didn't want to sacrifice anything, and nothing else can really take a hit that much. So anyways, he goes into his Hitmonchan here, and I'm going to swap out into my Mega Love Disc, which is going to be able to tank out any hit pretty damn nice. And I'm able to swap out and get that Regenerator on it. So here he shows that he's got the Thunder Punch, which probably means he won't carry... He'll either be carrying Rapid Spin or the second Elemental Punch along with a priority move. So anyways, he swaps out here because he can't do a ton to me as I set up the Wish. And I go for the Scald here. Or did I set the Wish? I don't know. Anyways, I go for the Scald here and get a burn on the Beheon. And yeah, I did get that Wish back, so I'm all the way at full, but I know that this thing carries Thunderbolt, and that's going to do quite a bit of damage to me, so I'm going to definitely want to swap out here. And I just go into my Paratroopa because he wasn't doing much for me, so I just decided to sack him, and he only had so little health that it wouldn't have been able to outspeed something and get a Roost off anyways. So anyways, I'm down to 3 Pokemon, and he's got 4. But I'm able to go into my Ampharos here, and I do outspeed it and go for the Thunderbolt, and I knock it out with a critical hit, which was so huge in this match. I'm not sure how much damage it would have done without the crit, but I'm pretty sure that mattered. And if I didn't get the crit, I probably still could have lived the hit and killed him next turn. But anyways, he goes into Swallow here and goes for the Facade, which does just under half to my Alomomola. So I know I can set up a Wish here or Scald him. But he decides to go for the U-turn, which does not that much to Alomomola. And he goes back into his Hitmonchan. But now I'm able to go for the Wish here. Even if I didn't carry Protect, which I do, I'd still be able to take a Thunder Punch and hit it with a Scald or something. But I do carry Protect, so I'm just going to do that so I don't get an accidental crit death or anything like that. So I'm all the way back at full, and this Hitmonchan can't do a whole hell of a lot aside from Thunder Punch, which doesn't... That did maybe a quarter if I'm being generous, but I go for the Scald here. I don't get the burn though, which I was hoping I would, but you know, I didn't. I'm just kind of guessing that this is an Assault Vest since I haven't seen any other item on him, and he hasn't shown me that he carries Ice Punch or anything like that. So I'm gonna swap into my Refresia, which is gonna be able to tank all of his hits. Like that, pretty much. That did decent damage, but not that much. So, and I also get the Effect Spore Poison, which is pretty good for me, and now I'm going to be able to go for the Moonlight because I know he can't really touch me since he hasn't if he has Ice Punch, he hasn't shown it to me yet, and he didn't show it to me, so I'm guessing he doesn't have it. So anyways, he's going to swap out here and go into a Swallow. I'm not sure exactly why. I guess he was maybe thought I'd go for something else or swap out, but he ended up having to sacrifice his Swallow as I get the Giga Drain off, and now he's down to 2 Pokemon, and I'm in the advantage here, and he goes into his Simipour, and I know he goes for the Sub here, which I don't know why. I just went for the Giga Drain, and I know I can live 1 Ice Beam from this thing because even though I have no special defense, investments, Vileplume is incredibly tanky. So out comes the Ice Beam. Even with the Life Orb, I'm able to live it with 40 health and get off the Giga Drain, which is pretty much ensured my win because I have both my physical walls along with a Ampharos, so I could be able to damage with him. So at this point, it's going to be pretty much game. He goes for the Drain Punch here, and that's not going to do nearly enough. I only did about 30. And I'm going to be able to get the Moonlight off. So now it is over at this point because he can't do anything to my core 2 defensive core Pokemon. So he's going to show that he does carry Rapid Spin, which tells me that he definitely doesn't carry Ice Punch because his last slot he carries the Citrus Berry, but because he has, I've already seen Drain Punch, Ice Punch, or not Ice Punch, Thunder Punch, and Rapid Spin, so I know that his last move is probably going to be Bullet Punch or Mach Punch to get that priority, which Hitmonchan desperately needs. So anyways, he's going to finally go down to the Poison here, and that is going to be game. So that was a really close match. That crit on Behemoth definitely mattered towards the finish. I'm not sure how it would have ended without that crit, but I still think I could have managed to pull out the win. But anyways, good game, Tyson, and at some point whenever I get my round 4 matchup, I will definitely try and post it to you guys. So thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to leave a thumbs up on this video, and have a good day. Mark out.